On our outside leg, which is a drag, but using the behind the back dribble, a straight behind in this case, as our hands option. Now, we're going to keep this very simple in terms of we're not going to use medicine balls or rip cones or foam rollers or things to hold our body accountable to positions. We're simply going to trust our feet to pull off the reps, which is really important to do when you're working on your game. You need to see if your body is ready without the added accountability for your body. However, I am going to use a footwork mat because it's literally just a bonus for my feet. It holds me accountable to the space that I'm going to, and it holds me accountable to the position of my feet to see if I'm really dragging into that. So even though you don't necessarily need one to work on these more simple reps, it's an added advantage that I have, so I'm going to use it. So right now, if I was driving and I get into my dribble step, which means I'm dribbling right around the inside foot, at this moment in time, as I'm taking my normal motion step, I might choose to stop on that foot. And so right now, if I have the red and the blue as my parameters, that will hold me accountable to being extended. Because what a lot of people do when they're working on these types of moves, because they know they're stopping, they'll shorten those steps and they'll turn it into a completely different set of footwork altogether. So if I want to hold myself accountable to extending, I can use the parameters and the visual aids of the mat. So I have inside foot around the red and outside foot around the blue, and then behind the back is my actual dribble. Now in any drag stop, you're stopping on your outside leg while allowing your inside foot to stay and drag behind. And while your foot may actually physically drag, just keep in mind that you want to control it. Anchor that to the floor, because as I stop, I want to still be able to pull off of that foot. So I might be able to do a pullback out of that, or I might be able to just simply anchor the foot so I can change directions. So what you do after the drag behind is up to you, but make sure that you have a parameter set to know that where you're hitting and that you're able to stop aggressively. And that's the biggest key about a drag stop, is you're on the run. So make sure you're actually adding in speed to experience this. Now if I was reversing it, just keep in mind, now it's going to be my inside foot would be now my right foot. I'm doing my dribble in timing as I normally would. My outside foot would now be my left. I'm extending that position, and then I have a drag behind going to that left, allowing that drag foot to be my anchor to do other things out of that. So really take your time spreading out different parts of the floor, work on your drag behinds in different scenarios and situations, but make sure that you get 20 minutes of reps going both directions so you can make sure that you have this